So it's the prediction show, week 18, about to get underway tomorrow in England, in the UK. Some of the other nations have closed up shop for the new year. Winter weather, they say, causes this. But in England, they keep going. In fact, the fixtures pile up over the Christmas period. But before I get to that, I want to do a quick recap of a number of other football tournaments that I follow and I let you know about. The first of those is the EFL Cup. The EFL Cup was at the quarter-final stage this week. Matches played on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Tuesday, Aston Villa, a full-strength Aston Villa, entertained a reserve side from Liverpool. They were truly a reserve side. I didn't recognise any of them. They were all youngsters, and it was a bridge too far, really. Villa, once they got going, they obviously experience told, and they went into the semi-finals courtesy of a 5-0 scoreline. The other three fixtures took place on Wednesday. That both Manchester clubs were involved. Manchester United were at home to Colchester. Took a long time to get started, did the Red Devils. They had a pretty strong side out as well, and eventually, once the first one went in, they comfortably went to a 3-0 scoreline. The other Manchester club were in Oxford, Manchester City. Once again, Guardiola did make a lot of changes, but they still looked a tremendously powerful unit. They went a goal behind to Oxford, but then class told, and they strolled to a 3-1 victory. The last of the quarter-finals was at Goodison Park, Everton against Leicester. Both sides virtually at full strength. Obviously, the EFL Cup is now becoming more attractive at this stage. Leicester went into a comfortable 2-0 win, but then Ferguson must have got the hairdryer out, and they came back to level Everton, particularly at the second goal. Their equaliser goal was an awesome shot from distance by Leighton Baines, but it went to a penalty shootout, and unfortunately Everton missed one, and Jamie Vardy converted the winning penalty, and so Leicester went into the semi-finals. The draw has been made. Leicester will play Aston Villa, and the Manchester clubs are clashing, and of course the semi-finals are 2 legs, so we'll get 2 more Manchester derbies then. Manchester United are at home in the first fixture, and Manchester City in the second. City, of course, are the holders. Now, other business that will also take place in February. We had the draw for the UEFA Champions League last 16, and the Europa League, that's at the last 32 stage. A quick look at Europa League then. I won't go through all 16 matches. I'll just highlight the ones where English clubs are involved. 3 of them, of course. Firstly, Arsenal were drawn away to Olympiacos in the first leg. Of course, these are all 2-legged matches as well. Bruges came out of the hat at home to Manchester United, and Wolves will be at home to Espanyol. As I say, though, home and away, those fixtures. And let's move on to UEFA Champions League. Now we're at the last 16 stage here, and the 8 seeded teams, the ones who finished first in their groups, came out of the hat, and they play the second legs at home. Let's run through the draw then. Dortmund are at home to PSG. In the first legs, these are first leg matches. Real Madrid were pulled out of the hat at home to Manchester City. Atalanta at home to Valencia. Valencia, of course, won that group with Chelsea in. Atletico Madrid are at home to Liverpool, the holders. Chelsea came out of the hat and they're at home to Bayern Munich. Tough task for them, I think. Lyon at home to Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus. Spurs are at home to Leipzig, the German side. They're top of the Bundesliga at the moment, so I wouldn't think Mourinho would be too pleased with that one. Napoli, the last fixture, are at home to Barcelona. And as I say, those fixtures will be played in February. The last roundup before we get on to the Premier League predictions, the World Club Championship's being played in Qatar this week, and as predicted, Liverpool won their match against Monterrey of Mexico on Wednesday by 2-1. A very late goal by Robbie Firmino, and they will take their place in the final against the Copa Libertadores champions. That's the South American champions, Flamengo from Brazil. Okay, that's up to date then. So let's get now to week 18 in the Premier League. Now, because of Liverpool's involvement in the World Club competition, there's only 9 fixtures this week. The Liverpool-West Ham fixture has been postponed. So let's get started. The early kick-off is at Goodison Park. Everton, once again, performing very well. They're at home to Arsenal. They got a good draw at Old Trafford last week to go with the win for Ferguson. There's lots of talk that Ancelotti will be installed before Christmas. Hasn't happened yet. Arsenal, of course, they're on the lookout for a new coach, and it looks like Miguel Arteta, Guardiola's number 2 at Manchester City, is in the frame to get that job. But as of the moment, nothing confirmed. I'm expecting Ferguson's what's likely to be his last game in charge. I think he's going to rally the troops, and Arsenal are looking really down in the dumps. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Everton. The other Saturday fixtures, and there are 6 more. Villa are at home to Southampton. They're both suffering from poor results at the moment. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Bournemouth, Vitality Stadium at home to Burnley. Both got wins last week. I'm going for a Bournemouth win this time, 2-1. At the Amex, Brighton continue to perform well, I think, for Graham Potter. Are at home to Chris Wildey's Sheffield United. They are really having a great season. I'm going for a 1-1 draw here. To St James's Park, Newcastle are at home to Crystal Palace. Newcastle good at home. Palace, well, they're finding scoring goals a bit of a problem. Got a draw, of course, on Monday night against Brighton. I'm going for a Newcastle win by 2-1. And Norwich are at home to Wolves. Now, I've really got a soft spot for Wolves. They really do play the sort of football that I love to watch. Free-flowing, quick passing, and some really talented footballers in that side. I'm expecting them to be far too strong for Norwich and to win by 3-1. Then the match of the weekend at the Etihad. It's third versus second, Manchester City versus Leicester, and I'm going for a 2-2 draw here. I expect the Foxes to equip themselves very well indeed. The two Sunday fixtures then. Bottom club Watford entertain Manchester United. I think Solskjaer is slowly getting the pieces put together. I like Greenwood. I hope he gets a run. Rashford is on fire. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Manchester United. And then the big London derby sees out the weekend. Mourinho Spurs at home to his ex-club Chelsea. I'm going for Spurs to edge this game by 2-1. So that's your predictions. We'll be back probably on Monday morning with some results.